Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins.
All right, let's get it, man. Good luck.
And off we go in Week 11
Good luck to
on
you.
EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
No, I ain't taking that back.
Ohio! Here we go!
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
White 90!
They go play action with Brissett. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Banks. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They give him a gain of 38.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Come on, let's go! White 90!
On first down, Drake. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Come on, let's go!
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. He got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Cut!
From the shotgun, it's Brissett.
Oh, my God.
Shot him there. It's
Come on, yo,
bounds
through that
incomplete.
nigga, man.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And 4
That nigga was
back.
wide open, man.
And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3.
It's all good. I'll take it.
So the first points of the night belong to our home team as they're able to take the opening kickoff and at least get 3 points out of it.
Yeah, and that helps the crowd, right? It helps people feel good about why they're there watching this game. They move the ball well on their opening drive.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30.
Back 99 Philly, here we go! Gun! Over!
Throwing on first down is Allen. Now he's flushed out right. Oh, he's going to... The defense loses him. It's complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play here for the Bills. And even 40 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
I'm Dolphins.
To throw, it's Allen. Out to
Oh! Missed that tackle. Fuck. Had that, man.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
That ain't gonna happen again.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and run down their production.
And he'll take it into the end zone.
I ain't worried about it. I'm in the game right now. Damn.
A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead.
I missed that fucking tackle.
And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football.
I got this. I got the stream up.
Tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Bailey now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Missed
the
that
Dolphins
fucking
offense
tackle,
now ready to go back out onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. First down, Brissett. He's going to let this one go deep. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense.
Come on,
you can sit
gotta
back
catch that, baby.
And see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Brissett, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaq Lawson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone.
I got so
I don't know
down.
if that
It's
was
so
the case
down,
here,
folks.
but the
So
end
down.
result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Ohio!
Out of the gun, Brissett. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Oh,
He
come
can't
on,
hang
baby.
on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a
on,
4th
baby.
down. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Good kick, good kick, good kick, good kick.
And here come the Bills. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to pump the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
No. Check. Patriot.
On play action. Allen buying time to his left. He finds an opening past the 40.
Coming back.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Allen off the play fake. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down.
No. Check. Patriot.
To the air. Allen dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Play action. Now it's Allen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And this is going to be incomplete.
Are we on the same page here, partner? Because I think they have the right idea. Just take what you can get on 3rd and forever.
Yeah, in real life, I'd say yes. It's just these video games are tempting. You want to go downfield with it.
I like the way you evolved. You know, you learn how to play it the Madden way.
This is fielded at the 27. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Flex round. Let's go. What? Flex round.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 2nd down throw for Brissett. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's Brissett. Left side, it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very solid gain of 27. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Flex round.
A pitch out to Drake. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Let's go. One.
Brissett now on second down. He dumps it off to Drake. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On second down, Washington.
Come on,
he'll get
man.
this
Hold
one
that
down to
block.
about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. From the gun, here's Brissett. The quick slant caught. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Dolphins are in for 6. Forbath, the extra point. And the lead is now 10 to 7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan. Here's second and 7 now from the 28.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On play action, Allen. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know, is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Now Allen. It's caught. Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a change-up in baseball. You show your others.
Oh, he caught that! Hey, touchdown!
Buffalo. Corey Coleman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are in for 6.
Fuck.
And while that touchdown does not give them an
Man,
insurmountable
that was some
lead,
lucky bullshit
it's
right
still
there.
a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown
Already
there.
looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Man, that was some lucky shit right there, man. Hey.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Flex round! Flex round! Here we go! Brand 38! Brand 38! Ohio! Ohio!
A first down throw for Brissett. Going deep here for Parker. And
Oh, man,
intercepted
he
at the
should've
goal
caught that.
line.
Oh, he should be on the
Tre'Davious White
line.
with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he will find his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Flushed out right. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Off play action. Allen. Left side completion to Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Gun!
A final shot before half for Allen. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's
Oh,
Jones.
man, hell, how you
And with
do
just
that?
1 second remaining in the first
Bullshit.
half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 48. And Bailey able to knock it through. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Being chased, and he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Flush to his right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
Fuck no. Better not be. Better not be.
Take this down.
Oh, bullshit.
15-yard line.
Come on, man. 3rd and 28. Man, some bullshit.
INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are
Man,
next to each other.
that's on bullshit. It's all right. It's
Safe
all
to say
good.
one is not buying the other dinner.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
That's some bullshit, man. I see how this game about to
Give him
go.
13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to
Nigga, I hit you while you was throwing the ball.
Times, this game
And
is
I
about
picked that
patience,
off,
isn't it?
man.
Has had the game he expected, but that run.
Man, you threw that motherfucker up, man.
He struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
That's some bullshit.
Watch it now, Barney!
Off the play fake. Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
That is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A very
Roughing the
solid
pass
gain
in the
of
end zone.
27.
Bullshit. 3rd and 28. You got bailed out on that. And threw an interception.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now
Yes,
they
he
got to get
would,
ready.
man.
It's 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Bo Scarborough. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Miami defense trying to keep him out. They haven't let him in yet. Can they hold again here on 3rd and goal?
3rd and 28.
They come out here in the eye. And on the ground they go with a running back. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last
Clean Griffin out
attempt,
there doing
here
his
they
thing.
get him behind the line. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, The way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is.
Yeah,
right? I
that
don't
bullshit
want to create
ass
more
call,
hype than what is
man.
there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about team script.
He's got him in. Complete. And he will be taken down inside the Buffalo 20. It's a big play there for Miami. 54 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
From the red zone now, Brissett.
Oh!
It's intercepted at the goal line.
Fuck you, dumbass
Picked up
nigga.
by Von Bell. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own
shit.
territory at the 2-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time. So after the INT, it's Allen. Forced out to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Detroit! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Back around his goal line. Here's Allen. Jordan Phillips able to get him for a loss of about 3.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant.
Nigga, I ain't no pushover like you thought, nigga.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has an alter.
You take that one call away, we game time.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. From his end zone on 3rd and long, Allen. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
There we go. There we go.
McMillan. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
Nigga, we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight to the end of this motherfucker.
Versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to
Your
their
offense
spot,
ain't doing
got their
nothing.
heads back around, and they can see the quarterback.
A lucky touchdown pass on 3rd down on that lucky motherfucker.
The other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a
Yeah, we
touchdown.
here.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And the tackle there will go to Charles Harris. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play.
Coleman has it here right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Back now in Miami. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. The give is to Jones. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's look for the acceleration clock.
So the shotgun snap to Elder. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jones. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Lucky 56.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. He finds Coleman. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones, and he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Raekwon McMillan in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. Now, the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. Going to throw right side here. Complete. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
No, check, Patriot!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try to run it in with Jones. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal.
Gone,
He'll get it up the middle. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball gets...
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call.
For that
Bailey
acceleration
now
clock
to kick
shit,
this one away.
You a sucker, man.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but
That's
they can't get ahead of
me.
themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked
That's
away
that's
and incomplete.
Line
of scrimmage again, the 25, 2nd and 10.
Roughing the pass.
Here's Brissett. He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. So look at this. They'll go for a field goal now to get within a score. This to get it back to a 1-score game. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. So here we go, 45 seconds left, and things have boiled down to this onside kick. So the field goal means we're back to a 1-score game, but with no timeouts left, I think this has to be an onside kick.
I like your analysis there, partner. I think you're right. You need the ball back. That's probably your only avenue.
They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Good game.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5.
Here we go. Blue landed.
The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee.
This game, hey, you a sucker,
win in the
man.
National Football League, Charles. You never take that.
Hey,
for
good game. I
granted,
can't take it
no matter
away,
who you're playing,
but you had some calls that
and
they bailed you out.
And
Your offense couldn't do shit.
all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
I ain't mad.
So for Buffalo, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And now they'll get the short week as they get set to play at Detroit.
It's all good. I know how you play. Scared ass.